welcome everyone to the Messenger of Love show with Gina Pero. Today, I am honored and grateful to have a guest who has entered my life since the June of 2022 with her invention of the Energy Enhancement System. However, a mentor, a love goddess, someone who has gently and graciously walked me by the hand to create a deeper love of self for me.
Well,
So
walked you to the altar.
you did well.
We did the celebration of love.
We did, and that too. There's so many things. There's so
So
many.
you're blushing like a bride.
I am.
Radical love.
Yes.
A commitment.
Yeah. Mm. So much love. So thank you.
I kind of interrupted your flow.
That's okay. The flow, we go, we flow. That's how we do, And it's beautiful because life is a flow, and you continue to be an example of that for so many in this planet, like this unconditional, loving flow that you are. And I'm just so grateful that you have come into our space to share about love. Because there are things I've learned from you and with you over many dinners. By the way, we go to dinner and we have some of the best dinners, don't we?
Oh, we do. It's great. It's great fun. But both you and Dr. Stella, we have a magnificent, fun time.
Yeah, we do.
When we get, it's just finding the time. That's all. To have so much fun.
It is.
We've been trying to schedule this
This
interview even for how long? 2 months? 3 months? I don't know.
Yeah. And here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are. Well, there was one dinner, and it's a beautiful segue into the question I want you to share. Well, the answer I'd like you to share, but I have the question, which is we were at dinner one night, and you picked up the napkin, and we were talking about letting go. And you had said, it's easy. Come on, Gina. Love is letting go. And you picked up the napkin. You say, look how easy it is. And you drop the napkin. And I get this question so often.
It takes energy to hold on. Love is letting go.
Yeah.
But that was a lesson that I was taught by my guides, and I just shared it.
Yeah.
They said I could write a book on letting go in spite of everything. But love is letting go. That is a definition. You hear it all the time.
Yeah.
You're going to keep the love and let go of everything else. And we're powerful, unlimited beings with all this overwhelming love that flows out infinitely. Aloha. Let go, right? That's how you let go. The deeper you breathe, the more you can let go. The more you let go, the more all that power and light and love can flow. So this is that aloha, that oneness with the breath and the love of all life. But yeah, my guides have said, you could write a book on letting go in spite of everything, because, you can go, well, I got all this stuff from my mom and my dad and lifetimes of garbage. Working on your stuff doesn't work. It's taken a lot of energy holding on to your stuff and trying to sort and analyze it all. And they said, just love is letting go. When you reach for your highest potential, your higher purpose, your vision, your mission, when you do that, everything else is let go of in the process.
Because I know the question is like, well, how do I let go?
Yeah.
And that's how.
The deeper you breathe, the more you can let go. The more you let go, the more all the power and light can flow. So breathing into those parts of yourself, mostly into the heart. It's all about opening up the heart, expanding all capacities for love, opening up the heart more with every breath. There's always, always room for more love somewhere. And if you find the need for love anywhere, breathe it. Breathe it and take a little bit more air in, because we've been subventilating. That's part of the issues. When you subventilate, you're breathing only enough to get by.
Okay.
So then you play out as only enough energy or enough love or enough abundance enough to get by. So you want to go for the expansion because when you're self-ventilating too, you're using the muscles on the inhale and the exhale, and you never relax. There's never that total relaxation, that total letting go. So the important thing is to breathe into the heart, breathe all God's love right into your heart, and then let a little bit more in. Go for the expansion. So the exhale is a total relaxation.
I see.
It's a low ha. And then get in the bathtub and do that. And let everything go down the drain. A low ha. I mean, I could share the exercise some of my men have said about this. A low effing ha. Whatever works for you, okay? This is radical love.
It's I think I'm having such a fun time. This is so much fun. And some of the questions that we get on the show, are the basics. It's like, well, what is self-love? Well, what is self-care? Well, how do I love myself? How do I take care of myself? How do I let go? I mean, and I think over time, those questions and those words, they just become dormant for people and they give up.
Yeah, we weren't taught this.
Yeah.
That was called selfish or something. But, it's a matter of loving yourself as much as God loves you. That's radical.
How did you start to love yourself? Do you remember where you were and how you started to do that for you?
Yeah, because we're so programmed as kids. I mean, the root of all negativity is little thought, not good enough.
Oh, yeah.
Not good enough.
Yeah.
Not God. That's the denial of God.
Okay.
Not good enough yet. Could be, should be, would be better. That's that shitting on yourself.
Yeah.
Well, God doesn't shit on himself, and God certainly doesn't. So you got to let go of the shitty attitudes.
Yeah.
The ways you've held on to ideas of how you should or shouldn't be, what you should or shouldn't be doing, or what somebody else, whatever God's doing is okay by you, right? No point getting your panties in a wad over it.
Yeah.
Whatever they're doing, whatever God needs to do over there, that's okay. We'll just breathe for them and send them love. Because if love is all there is, love is all you are, what is there not to love? So it's about letting go of every excuse, unconditional love, letting go of every freaking excuse you've ever had for not being in love with yourself and everybody else, more and more all the time now, because there's always room for more love somewhere. That's the expansion. And sharing then the only thing you want to share with anybody. And that's your love, your light, your wisdom, your joy, your happiness, your abundance. And the more you focus on the abundance, the more abundance there is, because the more you're grateful. He was grateful in all things, no matter what that means. Yeah. All things, he didn't say just some things.
All things.
He was grateful in all things. It's a spiritual code, shall be made glorious, and the things of this world will be multiplied. Because whatever you send out comes back multiplied. So the more that you are thankful, the more gratitude that you have, the more you get to be grateful for.
Yeah.
Or the more you're grateful for the miracles, grateful for the abundance, grateful for the love. Others can only love you as much as you've been able to love yourself. Yeah. I did a lot of this work on myself when I was going through my first divorce.
Okay.
Because like with my mother, like with that first husband, I was damned if I did, damned if I didn't, damned anywhere in between. And that damned the flow.
Yeah.
The joy is in the flow. So you got to quit taking things so damn serious and lighten up. Mostly it's the judgments of self.
Yeah.
The self-criticism.
Yeah.
The analyzing of everything. I'm a Virgo. We analyze shit and then analyze all the shit around the shit.
Yeah.
Analyzing.
Yeah.
Let that shift go. Because we're in very deep shift on the planet anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's all about as you change here, everything else changes. Because your thoughts create. And whatever energy you send out, every thought is creating.
Yeah.
And why would you ever do a negative thought to yourself? If you knew what anger did to you, to your body, that is the most destructive emotion that you could ever have. Yeah. Not God. Not God, not fun. Anger's not fun.
No.
But we're unlimited. That's part of what people haven't been taught. We're unlimited, powerful beings. There isn't anything we can't let go of. If God is all there is, if love is all there is, what is there not to love? Really? And the other thing people need to remember, there's nothing bigger than God. And so if you have access to unlimited power, infinite intelligence, unconditional love, this unconditional love, well, what's the problem? Duh. It's a blonde thing, okay? I've analyzed this. Done the double blonde study on it. It's really a science because God is love. It's a simple equation.
Yeah.
And God's only a breath away ever. But also as healers, you want to breathe back into yourself.
Yeah.
All the benefits, like for yourself. How many lives have you touched? How much of your energy has gone out? With so much love to touch others.
Yeah.
You have to remember to breathe that all back into yourself.
Yeah.
That was a big learning. Give it back to yourself.
Yeah.
To complete that, so that way you're not depleted, you're complete with that flow. And thank you, Father, Mother, God, Goddess, for the abundance of the love flowing so freely to us and through us to bless us and all mankind. And then that light can flow out to touch the hearts of all beings to feel more love. Flow out infinitely. It's this infinity wave of love.
Yeah.
Infinite waves of love.
Yeah.
And aloha healing energy, but it feels good.
Yeah.
And it feels good.
Now you have me questioning, like, am I bringing it in? No, and you knew. I think that was for me, everyone. See what I just got? Woo!
That was for everybody. It's for me too. I need to be reminded every now and then, rather than take things so damn serious and it damns a flow.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not fun. Girls just want to have fun. And God is about pleasure.
Girls want to have fun. Oh, Cyndi Lauper. Those are great ones.
It's true.
Yeah.
Girls just want to have fun.
I can still remember that
And
video.
Goddess is into pleasure because this is meant to be a pleasure planet.
Yeah.
We're tired of the patriarchal model.
Yeah.
The women have to step up now. It's not about, the women need to step up and not try to be better men. That doesn't work. But the women need to step up with the feminine energy to recreate the balance.
Yeah.
And it's not about men stepping back either. We want them to stand up. And we want everybody to stand in your power, in your light, in your love, knowing all that you stand for, willing to walk the planet in full remembrance, full realization of who you are.
Yeah.
All that you are, all that you're here for, all that you have access to.
Yeah.
Rather than just sitting on your access. You got to allow that power to rise up from within you. That spinal column, like Dr. Stella's a chiropractor. Right?
Yeah.
That spinal column, you want that power to rise up within us. That's that standing column of light, a brilliant column of light. That's that standing column or wave where the light flows up and down the spine. Yeah, freely. Yeah. So you're clearing the circuit jams, but the big way to do that is with this dance of creation, this dance of aloha, that oneness with the breath. This is what allows you to spiral into and through your own DNA to activate that light within the core of your own DNA.
Yeah.
This is that interface with the DNA, this dance of creation. Yeah. And it's the dance of the DNA. That's that aloha. So, yeah, that's a time of crises on the planet. Maybe a few of you have had a few crises lately. It's very, very interesting time on the planet.
Yeah.
A few crises here and there. But the fulfillment of the prophecies, because we're each here right now in the fulfillment of all the prayers, all the promises, all the prophecies of all who've gone before us, to carry that light forward into our new golden age of enlightenment. Because we're in that tipping and turning of the planet right now.
Yeah.
Deep shift.
Deep shift.
But the prophecy from Hawaii that, that was told to me was that time of crisis on the planet. It's aloha that heals the world. Yeah. And God's only a breath away ever.
What can you share? I work with a lot of dancers, ages 10 to 18 years old, and they're on their path of enlightenment so young.
Yeah.
But what would you say to yourself or to them at that age?
Even then, to remember that body's a temple.
Yeah.
So don't put anything in or do anything, like even a negative thought, to desecrate your sacred space, your sacred temple. The sacrum, that's your base of power, base of the spine, right?
Yep.
Sacrum means sacred.
Okay.
And so you have to let go of all desecration or violation of your sacred space to come into that sovereignty of your being. And we're here to embody that light. Your spirit came to be here on this planet at this time on purpose.
Yeah.
Just so you could fulfill your highest purpose. You wouldn't have the visions, the missions, what if you weren't here to fulfill it. Now live your greatest life. No more excuses.
Yeah.
Love. No matter what. No excuses. And don't put anything into your body that doesn't really honor the sacredness. So eat like a goddess. Green goddess, maybe, but no.
Yeah.
Green, a lot of green fruits. That's light. It's very light for the body. The most light is those fruits.
Yeah.
And the colors. The rainbow diet, eat all the colors of the rainbow and get things as close to nature as possible, because life comes from life. You don't get more aliveness in your body by putting in more dead stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. You
And
hear all that? All my dancer clients out there?
Yeah, don't pay to poison, or don't make your parents pay to poison you. I mean, that's not okay. Yeah. Because nature's laws are God's laws. And you can't expect to be super healthy or super glowingly gorgeous if you're still poisoning yourself.
Yeah. Where were you when I was 13 and I was eating? I'm just thinking what I was eating at that age. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Doritos, Cheetos, Cheerios.
Cheerios we had. Back in my day. I'm old.
Yeah. I'm just revisiting all the things I didn't know that I know now, but on purpose. You spoke so nicely of letting go by, reaching for the mission and the purpose and the, everything lets go in that, on that journey.
Yeah, as you reach, you see how everything's let go of in the process.
Yeah.
Stay focused on what you want, not what you don't want.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll be stuck.
Yeah.
You have to keep focusing on what you want, not what you don't want.
Yeah. You know what I want you to share? The word healing. People, I know when I started my journey of self-healing or discovered things that I needed to heal, that's how I would say it, right? Oh, I need to heal. And then the more I started to learn, and I remember having a conversation with you, sitting in your beautiful technology, I want to heal, I said, I want to heal my lower back. And you said, You mean love the parts of you that you haven't loved yet. And I thought, loved the parts of me I haven't loved yet. And then all of those thoughts started coming up for me about the way I talked about my lower back growing up with scoliosis.
Yeah.
So as I was sitting in your technology, the Energy Enhancement System, and I'm like, oh, I've put my lower back down quite a bit.
Yeah, so breathe love to that part of yourself, and breathe all God's love to that part of yourself too. But it's really important because it's the issues in the tissues and cellular memories, and lower back could be support issues. But healing really means wholeness.
Okay.
And means holiness. We're back to, we are sacred. This is our sacred, this is our temple of our spirit, So.
Yeah, because, the journey of healing, the journey of loving, I've now shifted the way I talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of I need to heal or I have to heal, it's like anything and everything in the way of love, just, I just clear.
Yeah. And you could, and unlimited beings are not needy.
Yeah.
And they don't have to. God doesn't have to do, or Goddess doesn't have to do this or have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd recommend that people change that English languaging that was designed for commerce and enslavement and control.
Okay.
Change that to a modality of pleasure, a language of pleasure, rather than saying, I have to do this. Oh, I might get to do this.
Yeah.
And rather than say, I don't want that, or don't like it, or whatever it is, or I hate that. You don't ever want to use that word hate. That's not a good, because the body hears every word you say and takes it all very personally.
Mm-hmm.
Every word you say or think, the body takes personally. So instead, change to a modality of pleasure. I would love that. That would be wonderful. That would be great.
I love that.
Is that my greatest pleasure for today? Does it feel light?
Yeah.
That's what you use that a lot.
Yeah.
But change as soon as you hear yourself saying need or something. I used to say things were hard. That something was going to be hard to do, hard
or
to
work hard.
Work hard, real work ethic, workaholic. But that it was hard to change this, or hard to let something go, or hard to deal with something. I used to use that word hard. I heard this voice from my guidance going, it's just as easy to say it's easy as it is to say it's hard. How do you want it to be?
I hear that a lot in the dance industry. Growing up, it's like work hard, push yourself.
Make it feeling where the limitation has been.
Yeah.
Feeling where the limitation, because we're unlimited beings.
Yeah.
I would encourage people to feel where your limitations have been, and then move beyond them. Feel
beyond your limitation.
I love feel that. Where that limitation has been in whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
And then you're able to move beyond that.
That's beautiful. I love that. That expands me when you say that.
Whether it's your high kicks or whatever it is, your movement.
Find where your limitation is and then move.
And the way the body releases is with this undulation of a wave.
Right.
Yeah, so it's not static stretch and then try to move beyond it. Let your body flow into that. So the body releases in the spiral.
That makes,
rather than linear. We've been trained on linear, everything, square rooms and boxes, and stay in your lane, or color in the lines, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Versus that's not how the body really works or feels good. Release into it, but allow it to be an undulation into it. The body moves in that spiral. This is like a spiral of life.
Right. I could think of so many words that are used in our language of dance that, when I started studying semantics, my language changed.
Yeah.
And understanding how the body wanted to hear words and how the body wanted to receive words.
You have to be your body's cheerleader.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, breathe. Oh, okay, that might help me expand further or move beyond the limitation versus
breathe
push
into it.
Yeah.
Rather than pushing yourselves. That doesn't really work.
Yeah.
That becomes like whipping a tired horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not so good.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to wreck your body. You want your body to move in an ecstatic flow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That ecstasy.
Yeah.
Of that joy of life and be that expression. Yeah. And share that. Isn't that really what you want to share with the world? That beauty of that expression of your spirit. And you're simply, the body is your temple of your spirit, and you're sharing that movement to encourage everybody to move into a higher expression.
Yeah.
And there's always room to have a higher expression.
Yeah.
More love. There's always room for more light, more love, more expanded beingness somewhere. More perfection. Yeah, being a perfectionist now, this one.
Yeah, this is perfect for this.
You know that you're trying to perfect it.
Right.
Well, trying doesn't work. You either do it or you don't.
Exactly.
Trying is very trying. I don't recommend it. But being the ultimate perfectionist, you're perfecting perfection. Because the more you focus on the perfection of what is, whatever is perfect. The more you focus on the perfection, the more the perfection can manifest more perfectly.
So I hear dancers say, "Oh, I'm a perfectionist," like it's in their way. What would they? How can they reframe that? Like, what could they say?
Accepting the perfection that is already. Yeah. More than perfect, and there's room for more perfection. Now what do I want? And envision it. The more you envision, practice seeing yourself doing what you want to do. Envision it. And the more especially in the technology, because you get that visioning through all the cells of the body. And then you want to move into like a cellular knowingness of what you can express, or how you want to express, how you want to feel with that movement, what feeling you want to communicate with your body.
I love coming into the center on Sunday. No one's here. And I just love moving and dancing inside the unit, and for those of you, watching, listening, we have a 32 Energy Enhancement System unit here in Las Vegas, the Las Vegas Holistic Center. And on Sundays, I really love coming. I love coming and moving and dancing or stretching or, envisioning or asking, like, what is my purpose, or what do I need to know that I don't know, or what will allow me to move beyond limitation. And then I just find myself smiling, and then all these things just show up. Whether it's vision or I'm hearing something or, and it enhances a lot energetically, but it enhances the vision. It enhances my happiness, the knowing.
I tell people a lot. You've heard me say, the clearer the question, the clearer the answer. Ask and you shall receive. Be still and know is really shut up and listen. Let yourself know whatever God wants you to know. Let yourself know whatever there is to know, the knowing which allows all things to totally heal and clear as issues in your body, your life, your relationships, your family, for the whole world. Why not? So that's who we are. The light of the world.
Why do people second guess themselves? I had an earlier call today with a client, and, it was like this, I know, but then it's like spins. She finds,
I know. Well, she just said, but. You got to get off the buts.
I know, period. No excuses.
As soon as you said but, you negated whatever you said.
Okay.
I know, but. Let go of the buts. You got to get, like, that stuff go.
Oof.
Use and. It's more inclusive and expanding. I know, and there's room for more. And I want to know more. whatever it is.
Ooh, that's a good, everyone write that down.
Yeah.
Well, I always ask, I ask guests at the end of each show, what would you want to share as your message of love to our audience as we close our conversation?
I think we did a pretty good job.
I do. Is there anything else? Any other message of love that you would like or feel called to share?
Yeah, get yourselves to an EE system. Yeah, the technology helps make everything a lot easier for everybody.
Yeah.
Because it's just this coherent light field that assists everything in, that reorganization to higher and higher levels of function.
Yeah.
But it's literally, when you're in there, it's the photons, the quantums of light. We're quantum beings. It's activating that light at the very core of your DNA, activating that light so that as we radiate light, nothing that's not of that light can affect us. So the technology is a phenomenal thing. You're breathing photons through every cell, and you're being aligned by the light, with the light, as the light, and highest powers of love here on earth, as is in heaven, through us now, with all the light and love that we're here to share. Aloha.
Aloha. Thank you. Thank you for sharing and being a messenger of love and really being and showing up in our life. I speak for me and David and our kids and our families, and just thank you so much.
Thanks for letting me share. But that's another principle of love. Another principle of love. The only thing beyond love is more fully shared love. And there's always room for more love somewhere, so we're going to share.
Yeah.
Share that light of the world. Lighten up. Quit taking things so damn serious.
Yeah.
Angels fly because they take things lightly.
Yeah. I like that one.
On that note, you've got your wings. Let's fly.
Let's fly. Oh, thank you. Hang on. Hold up. So I have one more message, and this is so very, very, very important. As you can tell, I just came back and my shoes are off. It is to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to put your notifications on so you are notified on when the next episode is. And share this Messenger of Love show so the world around us gets these messages. Subscribe, notifications, and share. There it is. That's a wrap.